an explosive report from the Wall Street Journal shedding light on how the White House functioned or didn't function with a diminished Biden in charge.
This is the biggest scandal in America, and the level and volume of people who dedicated themselves to lying to everyone at home is breathtaking.
Is there anything in your reporting for this new article that you didn't know back in June when you first reported? That was about 2 weeks before the debate between Trump and Biden, which revealed everything.
Yeah, there's a lot in this piece that came to light to us after that debate, after the initial story that came out, and after the debate. We have found that over the past few weeks and months, Democrats have become much more willing to come forward and talk about their experiences with the president and with this White House. And, you know, I'm quite grateful for that. That's helped us really understand, more fully understand the situation that has been going on for the last 4 years.
Okay, so here's some criticism of your reporting from back then. Joe Scarborough said, "I have repeatedly stated on air that I am an avid reader and cheerleader for the Wall Street Journal. That is what makes this false, biased story so disappointing. It is undermined immediately by the massive weight on the record." And then you had Ben LeBold, he's the White House comms director, say, "Yep, complete and utter editorial fail by the Wall Street Journal. Makes you wonder who they're taking orders from." This is from the same people who want, a return to norms and for democracy not to die in darkness. Was there anybody that you felt was not truthful to you back in June that was talking to you now?
Look, I think that the White House knew exactly what they were doing in June.
So, Bill, let's call this the great Biden Christmas border wall heist that President Trump, with a little help from his friends in Texas, stopped and caught him red-handed. Here's what happened, Bill. Last Thursday, the story broke when a border wall agent or a border agent said they were moving wall. I happened to be on Laura Ingraham that night as that story broke, and I said, well, I've got $1 billion in my pocket. We'll go buy it all. Well, we looked the next day, and it wasn't there. It was just old stuff was there, or maybe some photos that they were kind of masquerading what it was. Because what happened, Bill, is this summer they notified us of an auction. We bought $12 million worth of border wall, about 4 miles, a big savings to our taxpayers. But they didn't tell us about this auction, as we find out. So they moved that wall, started last weekend, and that's when it started showing up. Fox had video of it, photos of it, and they were hustling it to Arizona to auction off yesterday. In the meantime, President Trump came out and said, this could be a criminal act. You better not do it. And we sent our people over there with our checkbook and said, we'll buy it all if it's good. We think they were trying to sneak 8,000 panels or more under the nose of the American public, under the nose of the states, because they didn't notify us of the auction. They hid the photos, but President Trump caught them. Don't mess with Trump and don't mess with Texas.
Scandal in America, and the level and volume of people who dedicated themselves to lying to everyone at home about this man's condition for 4 straight years, up through this summer, is breathtaking. It's a scandal of epic proportions, and it's a fair question to ask, who is running the country? Who has been running the country? And as I said earlier, if you're worried about Donald Trump's advisors having influence, for the last 4 years, apparently this president, duly elected, but this president was not capable of fulfilling the duties of the office. And his staff and the White House lied about it and kept it from the American people. It's an absolute scandal. We elect people for a reason. The elected leadership of the government is supposed to be making decisions. For 4 years, the unelected have been in charge of our country during critical moments. We don't live in a country where the unelected are supposed to rule us. We live where the elected are supposed to rule. My problem is, for 4 years, we were lied to about who's actually running the country. This is a...
Tonight, a German city in grief after what was supposed to be an evening of festivities ended in scenes of absolute horror. They had crowded the Magdeburg Christmas market when all of a sudden, the unimaginable. A car slamming into a crowd of people, 5 killed, among those a 9-year-old child. 200 people were injured, 41 with serious injuries, some of those deemed life-threatening. Authorities say it all happened within a 3-minute window. The suspect entered the market using the emergency access route, approaching slowly, then accelerating into the crowd.